All right, I believe we are live. Let's see. Yes, we're live here on Facebook. What's going on, everyone? Doing another Trip Advice Office Hours live here on Facebook, here on YouTube. If you can see me and hear me, let me know. What's up, John? What's up, Cat Lover? What's up, Penguin King? What's up, everybody? So let me know if you can hear me and see me. Just want to make sure we are coming in clear. Let's see. The stream should be coming in. What's up, Josh? Cool. We're going to get started. Someone said it's not even live. Yes, it is. This is live. This is very much live. What's up, Luke in Montreal? If you're with us right now and you can hear me, tell me where you are watching from. And the furthest person gets a prize. Just kidding. That's not going to happen. What's up, Wayne? What's up, Akash? Let's make sure. I know. Okay, so right now I'm in Koh Tao, an island here in Thailand. And so I got to make sure that the internet's all good. And I'm coming in pretty clear. Anaheim, Philadelphia, cool. People on YouTube. Yes, I can reply to you, Cat Lover. From my living room on the PC. Who has a PC these days? Come on, people. Come on. Very cool. So this is the Ask Me Anything. So I am live right now. Yes, I am live. And so if you're here with us, you know you can ask me any questions on dating, on relationships. Yes, Josh. Yes, you are very far from me. That is true. I'm all the way across the world. So, yes, we are live. So, no, I'm not in LA. I'm in Koh Tao, which is a small little island off of the coast of Thailand. So, people who are with us, yeah, Josh, I can do one with Brittany for sure. Absolutely. So, guys, on can everyone hear me on YouTube? By the way. Just making sure everything is clear. If you're on Facebook, make sure that you ask questions. Ask questions in short sentences because for some reason it cuts it off, and I don't know why. So yeah, go ahead, ask your questions on Facebook. We'll get to everything. It's very lag. Someone said. It's very lag. That's a shame. Okay. Nothing I can do about the lag today, guys. This is pretty much what we're going to get. Oh, it's not too lag. Oh, really? It's spinning every couple seconds? It's probably why there's only a few people watching. Okay, so we'll do the best we can here. We will do the best we can. All right. So let's get to some questions. What's up, Jonathan? Cool. Okay, so we'll get some questions here. Sorry for those on YouTube. Obviously, this is not coming in very clear on the YouTubes. Is it going well on Facebook? Such a shame that this is not working. Okay. Okay, so Robert says, why are men always expected to be the confident ones? Why has confidence always been the definite? I don't know what the rest of you said, but why are... Here's the thing. I get this question a lot, and, you know, this seems to be a pretty popular topic of, like, why do guys have to be the confident ones? Why don't girls have to be confident? You know, why do guys have to do all the work? Yeah, I know, guys. I know this is a bad stream right now. Nothing I can do about it. Sorry, guys. But yeah, Why do guys always have to be the confident ones? Here's the thing. You don't realize that you're only thinking that way because the guy has to make the first move. So that's pretty much the reason why guys seem to get pretty upset pretty fast about this situation, right? Is that they have to be the one to do that. Okay, cool. So it looks like I'm coming in clear on Facebook. So yeah, but you got to understand, it is taking two people, right? A girl still has to do work, right? You think a girl doesn't have to do any work in dating to be able to attract a guy. Well, she does. There's a lot of things that she has to do, right? There's a lot of things that she has to do to attract a guy. I mean, think about what makes you attracted to a girl. Just think about those things, okay? Think about those things. Whatever those things are, she's working on those things to get you attracted to her, right? She's working on everything. So you are too. Everyone has their own part in this attraction game. But you have to understand here is that just because you're making the first move, just because you're the one who's, doing the initial kind of like, hey, let's get going, that doesn't mean that you're the one who has to be confident, right? I mean, have you ever gone on a date with a girl and not liked her? I mean, hopefully you've at least, by the way, this is why I always push guys to approach more girls and talk to more girls and go on more dates, because you're going to eventually experience that there is a girl that you're like, oh, I'm not too attracted to her, or I got to know her and that's not really for me. Well, that's the big thing here, right? Is that those girls you're going to be learning is like they're not just so valuable because they're pretty or because you initially thought they were cute, right? There's more to a girl than looks, obviously. I mean, this should be obvious, but that's a big thing here, and you're only going to learn that if you're going and talking and going on more dates. Let's see here. Looks like we're smooth on Facebook. How am I doing on YouTube, guys? Coming in clear or not? Okay, let's get to some more questions. We usually have so many questions on YouTube, but not seeing anything. How long should a first date last/be? Leo, if you're still watching, I'll get to your question. Don't worry. How long should a first date? A first date should be as long as it needs to be. That's my answer. As long as it needs to be. It could be 5 hours long. It could be 20 minutes long. Right? I mean, that's the reality here. Is that it doesn't matter how long it is. It's whether or not you guys are enjoying your time or connecting with each other. So don't think about dates in terms of how long it needs to be. It should be as long as you're enjoying it, as long as you want it to be. That's the answer, right? As long as you want a first date to be. Of course, if you want it to be longer and she needs to go home or she's not having a good time, so be it. But if you guys are having a good time, you can go all night, or you can be short if you don't enjoy it. Leo said, buddy, what can I do? My girlfriend cheated on me with her best friend's ex-boyfriend. Wow, that is tough. And I'm sorry to hear that. What can you do? Well, hopefully you're not with her anymore, because I probably wouldn't trust someone who has cheated on you. So I'd probably move away from that. Why do women like the alpha male? Says Wayne. It's not so much they like the alpha male. It's just that they're looking for masculine qualities. The reason why you get attracted to a woman is because of her feminine qualities. The reason why a girl gets attracted to you is because of your masculine qualities. I talk about those things like dominance, you being in control of the conversation, like leading, things like that. And so I guess, in a sense, those are traits of a guy who is more, I guess, alpha male. But let's just take alpha male, let's take that vocabulary and just keep it completely off of, just stop saying that word, okay? Stop saying alpha male and just work on cultivating your personality, which will then cultivate some of those masculine qualities. So that's my short answer. Alejandra says, Tripp, I have this thing where if I want to talk to a chick, I end up interested in her friend later. Is that okay? I mean, I'd say if you're in a friend situation where there's like two girls who are friends, probably best to just go for one of them. You're going to be causing a lot of drama and unnecessary drama if you're trying to go for both girls. I mean, it's just not going to work because eventually they're going to find out, they're not going to be happy, and then it might explode in your face. So I'd pick one girl and go for it. Okay. Watching from Malaysia. Cool. That's close by. Kevin said, "Hey Tripp, I'm going on a first date with a girl that is going back to her country soon." I say, Kevin, you still do it. Okay. What I mean is that you still go on the date because it's good practice for you. If you both know it's not going to work out, that's fine. At least experience it, you enjoying your time with another girl. What other questions we got? Josh said, "Great video with Dot, by the way." Thanks, Josh. So if you guys haven't seen, my latest YouTube video is one with this guy, Dot, and he is Vietnamese. He's a subscriber, and I met him in Vietnam. We hung out for a few hours, and I got the whole thing on video, and us kind of hanging out, and me coaching him through some of his shyness. So check that out. It's my latest YouTube video. I think you'll enjoy it. Marcus says, "How to learn game where almost everyone know and recognizes you without the girls freaking out?" I don't understand the question. What's up, Ronnie? Let's see, what other questions you guys have? So YouTube is kind of lag. Yeah, I'm realizing YouTube is kind of lag. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see if I can fix that real quick. I wonder if YouTube is lagging because I'm actually uploading a video right now to YouTube. Not sure. Nonverbal communication is important too, says Med. Would love to hear your opinion, Tripp. Yes. Is the live stream going to be on YouTube after it's over? Yes, it will. On Facebook as well. Yeah, nonverbal communication is important too. Nonverbal communication is basically working with your body language, right? Is the way that you're using your body language to communicate with someone. The best way to do that is really to have open body language. Open body language means you're more spread out, your limbs are more spread out, versus closed body language where you're kind of more tight, because closed body language can appear very shy, and it can appear very uncomfortable. So you want to have very comfortable body language. What are the questions we got? Okay, we got some on YouTube here. Okay, I answered this before. Someone said nobody cares about a woman's confidence. Why is a man's confidence always a deal breaker? That's not true. I believe that confidence in a woman is very important. So what's the opposite of confident? I would say the opposite of confident is someone who is maybe insecure, right? I promise you don't know this yet because you've not experienced it, but once you are dating a girl and you find that she's insecure and that she's not confident, trust me, your opinions are going to change. You were only thinking one-sided of, I just want to be with a girl who's pretty and maybe we like the same stuff, right? That's probably where your head is at, but it's not going to be there once you experience dating a girl who doesn't have confidence. It's just that confidence is necessary for the guy to start off the interaction because that is kind of typically how it's done, but also it's done because that is really one of the ways to attract a woman, because that confidence right there and showing that masculinity of going up and starting the conversation and leading the interaction in the beginning is what's going to help get you attracted to her. So that's kind of the name of the game here. How can you attract a girl that isn't into you? See, I get that question a lot. I should do a YouTube video on that, actually. I'm going to put that as a note. How to attract a girl that isn't into you. Here's my short answer. You don't want to try to attract a girl that isn't into you. If you've already hung out with her and you've displayed your personality and it's been shown that she's not interested, I would honestly move on. Why sit there and try to convince one girl to like you when there's a lot of other girls to be going after and pursuing? That's abundance mentality right there in a nutshell, right? But the best way to do that, if you really still wanted to attract a girl that isn't into you, is by leaving the situation and going and kind of cultivating your personality and working on some of the things that make you more attractive, and then going and reapproaching and starting a conversation with her. So trying to start from scratch from a better place. James said, I went out cold approaching for the first time on Saturday. Besides going out, how else can I learn? Don't know what you said there, James. How else can you learn what? How to meet girls? Richard says, Facebook is much better. What's up, Tripp? Where are you at today? Guys, if you're having a hard time, if you're having a hard time watching this on YouTube, go to Facebook. That's facebook.com/TrippAdvice. If you want to continue watching, this is tough, so try it. All right, we got some trolls here. Someone's going to get put in a timeout. I love that you can put people in a timeout. I feel like I'm a teacher. Well, I am a teacher. I am in Koh Tao right now. That's right, I'm in Koh Tao, which is Thailand. Deco says, I've been scared to even approach a girl for 2 years. What would you advise? Most common question I get here. Someone answer that for Mr. Deco on the Facebook Live. What does it mean specifically to lead the interaction? Great question. To lead the interaction, you need to be the one who's taking the next steps. So it's up to you to approach the girl, start the conversation, continue the conversation, ask her out, get her on a date, set up the date, pick the spot, get her on the date, go for the first move, go for the kiss, lead the interaction all the way to the bedroom. All these are up to you. That's you leading the interaction. Okay? What about a chick that what is in a love square, not triangle? Should I try getting at her or just be her friend and find a relationship with someone else? Alejandro, I don't know what you're talking about. What do you do when she doesn't pick up your calls and doesn't pick up and ignores your calls, but still keeps in touch on social media? So here's the thing. This happens a lot too. Is a lot of girls, what they'll do is they'll show a little bit of interest by maybe like responding to your text every once in a while, or they'll respond to social media, they'll like a post, but they won't end up meeting up with you, okay? The clearest indicator that a girl is interested is her wanting to meet up and hang out with you. So if you're not getting that, then there's a big problem, okay? So you got to remember, if she's not picking up your calls, but she's still responsive, that just means she doesn't want to talk to you and she's not attracted yet. Denzel says, I have a girlfriend that's addicted to me because of this guy. Be warned, his advice really works. Good job, Denzel. You got her hooked. Ryan, no, I did not answer your question. I didn't see it. Why is physical beauty so intimidating? The reason why physical beauty is so intimidating is probably because you're so attracted to a girl, and there's probably not that many girls that you're that attracted to. So once you see a girl who you're really physically attracted to, your nerves start to get worked up because this is a girl who you don't want to screw up with. That's like my simplest answer. Is like there's a girl that you want it to go well because you feel so attracted and so invested in her so fast that you get nervous that you don't want to screw it up. It's like the same idea as like, imagine having to give a presentation for class and you only get one shot, right? It's like the one presentation and you're going to get graded on it. See, the thing is when you're doing that for class, that might be your only shot to get a good grade in the class. But with a girl, the beauty of it, no pun intended, is that you'll get more opportunities. So remember that. You should not ask girls out that are under 18. So that's my answer. No girls under 18. I'm in Thailand. Traveling New Yorker says, are Asian girls more feminine than American girls? I have no idea. Not sure. Find another one, Ryan. Find another one, buddy. Okay, Josh answered Deco's question here on Facebook. Daniel says, how can I talk to this very shy girl after 2 months of no conversation? Because I'm shy too. Well, Daniel, why don't you think of right now what could be a good opener to start talking to her? So where is this girl? Mokhtar says, Tripp, I want to ask you, you know Bruno Mars, he is sexy and every girl want to be with him. Does that happen in real life? Does what happen in real life? People wanting to be with Bruno Mars? Maybe. Let's see. Initiator says, another thing I heard is that leading the interaction means when it comes to conversation is that guys picks which topic of conversation to talk about. Is that true or false? Yeah, that's basically true, Initiator. That's pretty much true. Sometimes you'll be talking to a girl and she'll be able to respond to you too, and be able to keep going with the conversation. But it all depends. Guys, 1 second. I'm just checking out. Guys, looks like I'm coming clear on YouTube. Am I still coming in clear for everybody? Let me know. Alejandro, you don't need to go to Facebook. I think I'm coming in pretty clear. Maybe I'm not coming in clear. Any good ideas for the first date? Yes. Best first dates are activities. So what do you think about that, Richard? Sam says, Tripp, how does one continue to pursue a friend without being overbearing? She got out of a really bad relationship and she's currently figuring out herself as an individual. She'll still be one on with me. So Sam, be more specific. I'm confused by your question. Are you trying to go for your friend? What's the best way for car guys to get girls? What does that mean? Like you're interested in cars? Like what's the best way for a guy who's into cars to get girls? I'd say the same exact way any other guy can do it. Maybe find a girl who's interested in cars. That's not the worst idea. Someone said, any ideas how to ask out a girl from a co-working space? Xmas party this Thursday. I'm friends with almost everyone from her company. Cool. Well, Chucky, have you talked to her yet? I would say hopefully you're starting the conversation with her. Talk to her, get going, and then ask her out. It's a lot simpler than you think. Really easy in, too, if she's in like part of the co-working space. I mean, you guys can talk about anything. Hey, I haven't seen you yet here. What's your name? Or, hey, I've seen you around a bunch. What's your name? My trip is good. What's up, Frederick? Gateboy, hey, Tripp, what do I say if she changes her mind not to hang out? Good question. Well, if she changes her mind not to hang out, I'd ask her why. Just call her out. Say, oh, damn, I was looking forward to that. What happened? Ask her what changed. I like asking that question. What changed? Jarrell said, Tripp, I posted in the group, he's talking about Tripp's Corner, about getting girls I open off their phones. What does that mean? Okay, this is a good question. Kevin says, hey, Tripp, I'm a big fan. In college, was I around tons of hot girls all the time, so it was easy to always practice talking to girls. Now that I'm out in the real world, I'm not around so many women. Tips on something. Probably tips on what to do. So tips for you, my friend, is that utilize the power of your city in terms of where people are congregating. So my answer to this one is always usually the same. It's find where people are going. Those are usually bars, clubs, main attraction touristy sites in your city, events that are going on. Find events through meetup.com. Find events through Facebook. on the events tab on the left side. Talk to people. Ask people where are popular places to hang out in the city. That's a great opener. The sidewalk is a great place to meet girls. Really, they're everywhere. It just maybe seems a little bit more difficult in your head because it's a little bit more sparse. Thanks, Denzel. Drell said, Tripp, there was no hidden meaning with my question. I tried to open a girl who was on her phone, and she would respond but never get her head out of her phone. I couldn't implement intent. Yeah, that's right. You got to get her attention. You know, some girls are just not going to want to give you their attention because they're on the phone. So you got to do your best. Hi, Tripp. How did you become a freaking nature? Did you study dating advice every day? I am in love with your no homo. I want to be like you. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I studied and I went out and I practiced and I talked to a lot of girls and people that I did not know. So that's how I did it. It's really, there's no secret. Initiator says, how do you know which topic to talk about when you approach? Good question, which leads me to telling you about Chick Crack if you have not already gotten it. Chick Crack is my free video that you get. I'm going to put that in the link here on YouTube. On Facebook, it's kind of hard to sit there and type because I have this on a tripod, but go to trippadvice.com/chick-crack and you'll get my Chick Crack video, which has all the topics that women love to talk about. So that can help you out a ton. Thanks, J. Kayla. Yeah, it is buffering a lot today. It's probably why we don't have many people on watching here on YouTube, which is a shame. Only 2% of girls like cars. So that's okay. You can still date a girl that's not interested in the same things that you are. Anyone can do that, by the way. You don't have to absolutely be with a girl who has the exact same interests. It doesn't necessarily mean that, yeah, it does not mean that it's going to be a successful relationship. Okay. Sorry, guys. Yes, I am. I'm experiencing some buffering problems here on YouTube. I apologize. Thanks, Josh. I appreciate that. Thanks for the help. Sam Fairby says, I'm still trying to go after her. She'll still be one-on-one with me, but she had extremely strong feelings for the guy. I just don't know how to get on with it. Probably don't spend time with her anymore, Sam. You guys got to do the no contact rule. If you break up with the girl, she breaks up with you, do not contact them. It's going to make it so much of a tease, and you guys are not going to be able to work things out and try to get back together. It's going to be very tough. Orlando says, hey, Tripp, I want to say thanks, Tripp. I used your advice. Now I'm talking to her. Beautiful, smart, sweet, caring woman. I'm still going to use the advice. The build is social networking. Awesome. Cool. So he's going to use the advice for social networking. Awesome. Marcus says, what to do when girls are freaking out in cold approach other than apologizing? If they're scared during the cold approach, either two things are happening. One, there's nothing you can necessarily do to stop that because they're just freaking out. But if it's happening a lot, then maybe you should change your approach. Maybe change what you're saying, how you're saying it, and the way you're approaching them. If you're coming up from behind them, that's kind of creepy. So make sure that you're in their line of sight. So I'd say that's probably what's happening. But they shouldn't be freaking out if you're doing cold approach at a social environment like a club or a party or a bar. Mohammed said, this week I have a date with the girl. Awesome, buddy. Can you give me some tips? Yes, we can give you some tips. So tips for a first date. Mainly this. Talk about the things that interest you. Get to know her on a deeper level. And just try to enjoy the conversation. If you're not enjoying the conversation, she's not going to be enjoying the conversation. You're not going to be having a good time. And then it's probably not going to work out. So really the ideal thing here, like the number one tip for a successful first date is just to relax. Try to relax and try to enjoy what you guys are talking about. So talk about the things that you enjoy and ask the questions that are interesting to you. So that's my answer. Okay? I think that's very possible for you to do that. All right, Clay, let's see. You said, hey, Tripp, so I was at my local GameStop where I met a girl. We talked for about a half hour. I decided to get some lunch. Before I even had the chance to ask, though, she grabbed a receipt. This sounds great and all, but over text, she seems very uninterested. Okay, so it sounds like you got her number. Giving very short answers. Do you think she's interested, but not fun over the phone? The only way you're going to know, Clay, is if you ask her out. So, guys, don't start sitting there getting a girl's phone number and just talking non-stop. If you got to ask them out. Demon says, Tripp, I want to thank you. You and coaches like you have taught me the skills that have put a big fire into my marriage. Awesome, buddy. That's awesome. Thank you. You're welcome. Silverwolf says, how to not be a controlling boyfriend or even try to prevent being one. That's a good question. I like that question. Well, you're probably controlling because you're probably insecure. So maybe you deep down ask yourself why you think you're being controlling. Here's a little tip for all you guys. Listen up closely, okay? Listen up very closely here. All right. You listening? So, if you're doing something and you want to stop doing it, the first step to doing that is to go deep down inside and ask yourself, be honest with yourself. Ask yourself why you think you're doing whatever it is that you're doing. That's going to be really helpful in being able to figure out how you can stop it. First, you got to figure out the why. So that's big, big tip there, okay? Big tip. Okay, Marlon. Why are you trolling, Marlon? What's your beef, bro? Marlon's got some beef. What else? Yamar says, how do you feel about talking to girls at your employment if you do not work in the same area? I think it's fine. Really, it's up to you if you want to be trying to go for girls at your work. Just remember, you might see them every day. They're different floors. That's a different situation. But if you happen to see them every day, that could get very uncomfortable. So I'd be careful with that one. When girls are walking by, how do you get their attention if they don't look at you? Just say hi? Yeah, just go up and say hello. Comment on something they're wearing, doing, or holding. Comment on something they're wearing, doing, or holding. Did you hear that? Comment on something they're wearing, doing, or holding. It's a good way to start a conversation with the girl on the sidewalk. What are the questions you guys have? Okay, there's a lot of people say, dude, you didn't answer my question. Just what's this? Yeah, I'm trying to get to everybody, so bear with me. There's hundreds of people watching, so. Let's see. Oh, it's pronounced Lamar. Sorry about that. Vladimir says, hey, Tripp, what kind of text do you suggest for the first time to a girl online? Here's one that works very well. It's, hey, you have a great smile. Try that one on for size, for online dating. Okay. Lasco says, hey, Tripp, nice videos you got these days. Back to the point, your channel's helping me a lot. Thanks. Awesome, buddy. Ragav says, hey, Tripp, I'm having trouble understanding if a girl likes me or not. She keeps asking me who I like, and when I describe the type of girl I want to, she says she is like that. So she probably likes you, Ragav. So you should probably ask her on a date, Ragav. Probably a good idea there, right? Gerardo says, sorry for my very long message. I just need advice on how to be able to talk to my crush more because she's always around her friends and I rarely see her alone. why don't you get her number and then talk to her on the phone? Pretty simple, right? Should you show off how much money you have to a girl you like? No, you should never do that. You're only going to attract girls who are interested in your money. So, Julian Tube, can you give me advice on how to have a successful YouTube channel? Yes, I can. Put out videos every single day and make sure they're videos that people want to watch. So either they're very entertaining or they are very informational, answering questions that people have questions to, or a combination of both. So that is my quick tip on how to become a successful YouTuber. Oh, and patience, because it takes a while. So be patient while you put out a lot of videos. Nothing happens for a while, but then it starts to grow. Marcus says, hold on, Jorge says, quick question, me and my girlfriend just went on long distance because of life. I want to know if you have any good advice on how to keep the relationship healthy and going on. Yeah, well, first of all, when it comes to long distance relationships, I hope that you guys have a plan to see each other again. So hopefully this is temporary long distance, because not knowing whether or not you're going to see a girl again can be very detrimental to the relationship if you don't have a plan on seeing her again. So I would make sure that you have some sort of plan there. You're welcome, Julian. Sahil, if you want to learn how to keep the conversation going, go to trippadvice.com/chick-crack, and you can learn more about conversation there. It's a free video. Tripp had a thing, Alejandro, he said, Tripp had a thing going on with a girl we later made out before we had anything more serious going. And then she stopped talking to me completely. Was it too early? I doubt it was too early. But you never know what happens. Here's the deal, guys. So here's a little bit of lesson. So bear with me here. Let's hold on the comments for a second. The reality of the situation is that some girls are just not going to like you. That's the truth. Some girls are just not going to like you. Why? And there's nothing you can do about it. So that's kind of like the lesson here, okay? Sometimes they're not going to like you and there's nothing you can do. Sometimes there's just no reason. You know, the pheromones aren't there. Maybe she doesn't like the way you look because she just doesn't like the look that you have. Maybe she's just not in a good place in her life. Maybe, I don't know, man. I can think of a million reasons, okay? And it doesn't matter what the reason is. The real point here that I'm trying to get across is that no matter what, you know, this is going to happen in your life. You're going to meet a girl and she's just not going to like you and there's nothing you can do. And that's just called dealing with it. And, you know, managing to have thick skin and growing callous to the situation so you don't get so sensitive to it when it does happen. Okay? Why is it human nature to be attracted to younger women, as in women in their 20s, especially early to mid-20s women, more than any other age bracket? That is theory, initiator, but I'd say probably, you know, if that's the case, generally speaking, it might be just because attraction also occurs in, when a guy is attracted to a girl, some of her feminine qualities tend to change over time. You know, when we look at a girl who's younger, she has physical qualities that exude health, and that means that you're more attracted to a girl who's maybe 25 versus an older woman who's 100 years old. Do you have any advice for a married man who loves his wife, but she wants a divorce and is not interested in trying to save the marriage? I don't have a lot of marriage advice. I've never been married, so I don't have a lot of that information. But you know, it's funny because I answer that question usually in like a relationship, or even before a relationship, like dating a girl kind of, and she doesn't like you. I always say move on, but in a marriage, I'd say that's not something you just move on from quickly. You try to save it. But maybe try asking her, well, there's a couple things. just see if you guys can go to couples counseling. I would just attempt that, but like don't do it and put it all in her court. Say like, I have someone who could be great for us. I did some research. Try to take control of the situation and see if you can do some things that can try to save the marriage, like marriage counseling. Otherwise, that's kind of all the advice I have for you in terms of that. If anyone who's married wants to weigh in, that'd be great. But yeah, I mean, keep trying. But eventually, if you've tried everything in the book and she doesn't want to save the marriage, I don't know, man. I'm sorry to hear that. There might not be anything you can do at that point. So at that point, it might be wise to start getting into therapy and seeing how you can fix yourself emotionally while you go through this divorce. Thanks, Jorge. Thanks, Denzel. Appreciate the compliments. Jorge said there is a plan. Good. So if there is a plan and you have 3 to 4 months to see each other, then if I were you during those 3 to 4 months, what I would do is make sure you guys are talking every day, FaceTiming every day. So you don't have to be texting every single second, but consistent text messaging doesn't hurt. Yeah, so guys, someone says, do you honestly refund the whole money if you want money back of your program? 100%. Yes, I give a refund. So real quick, let me tell you about my program called Hooked. If you do not have Hooked, I suggest you check it out. And honestly, I suggest you get it because you can technically get it on a trial basis. You can get it, and if you don't like it, then just email me, tripp@trippadvice.com, and yes, you get a full refund, really, for any reason. But I promise you're not going to want a refund because you're going to love it because it's going to help you. The whole program is divided into multi-modules, which are different videos that help you in terms of any situation you want in terms of attracting a girl. And I give my most hard-hitting techniques along with an entire system of attracting women. So try to get that. GetHerHooked.com. Some of you guys actually have Hooked. So if you're here on Facebook, you're here on YouTube, vouch for me that it works and it's amazing information. So if you're getting any help from my videos, from these live, imagine what Hooked will do for you. It is very, very powerful information and my best program that I have. So check it out, getherhooked.com. Go there, get it, and then you and I can be talking all the time in my private Facebook group called Tripp's Corner, which you will get access to only if you are a member of Hooked. So check it out, getherhooked.com. Luke said, hope you're enjoying your travels, bro. Thanks, buddy. I just want to ask how to tell a girl that you don't want anything serious, want to keep things casual without hurting her feelings. Always been a fan. Just tell her that. Honestly, there's no better way to say that. Just say, hey, I want to be honest with you. And here's how you do it. Basically say, here, I want to be honest with you and tell you what I'm looking for right now in my life and in a relationship. That's all. Just tell her what you're looking for and what you want. And if that doesn't line up with her, then so be it. But at least you were honest, and she's going to appreciate that. Someone said Hooked Online is working for me. Awesome. Hooked Online is my version, my Hooked. Basically, it's like Hooked, but it's all about how to meet girls online. If you're interested in that, you got to email me for access to that. Email me, tripp@trippadvice.com. Cole said, I'm a freshman in college, want to find a serious relationship. Most of the girls I talk to don't want that. Hooking up is not the problem, but seeing girls again is. That's interesting. I mean, yeah, college does have that general atmosphere, just because after college people aren't there anymore. So that tends to happen. So it can be difficult at times to start that relationship. But I would let a girl know early on. I mean, really, the idea here is to frame it. So you got to frame it in what you're looking for. Most people who just want to hook up with girls, well, they frame that situation, which means they create the frame. The frame is, hey, like I'm only kind of like hanging out with you when we hook up. We're not going on dates, things like that. So if you want the frame of, hey, I'm looking for a relationship, then the best way to create that is to act like she's a potential girl. Don't hook up with her right away. If you want a girl that you're trying to get something serious with, don't hook up with her right away. Instead, take her on a few dates to let her know, Like, hey, I'm trying to do this more of like a courting process. So try that for you. What's the best site to use in your opinion for online dating? Depends what you want to look for. They're all good in their own ways. Plenty of Fish, OkCupid, eHarmony, Match, JDate, Christian Singles. They're all good. Just depends what you're looking for. Omar says, I've known a girl for a year. We only talked once, but lately every time she sees me, she starts to kind of act different. She goes out of her way to make eye contact. Okay, she always sees me running when she's driving and turns her head. Okay, so why don't you talk to her, Omar? Yeah, she's probably waiting for you to talk to her. Don't wait for signs to go and talk to a girl. In a couple of days, I have a video coming out called "The Dead Giveaway Signs" that she wants you to approach her, which are good to know, but you don't need those to go talk to a girl. No, I do not know Coach Corey Wayne personally. Someone said, traveling New Yorker, I don't know. Alex, there is a wingman section in Tripp's Corner. So if you end up joining Hooked, there is a section in Tripp's Corner where you can meet other wingmen. And you can learn a little bit about that. Ryan said, it doesn't matter that when I ask her out, should you mention the word date or hang out or go out in your opinion? It doesn't really matter as long as you just get her out. If you think like it's not, here's the thing. When you're in the initial interaction with the girl and you're flirting with her and you say, hey, let's hang out sometime, she knows it's a date. However, if you're unsure if she is aware of your intentions with her and you think it could be a friend zone situation, then you use the word date. Omar, best way to start a conversation with this girl is saying, hey, I see you around a lot, but I've never met you yet. I'm Omar. There you go. Hey, Tripp, weird question. If I'm hanging out with a girl, do I have to ask her to hold my hand? No, just go for it. Traveling New Yorker, good places to meet girls in Thailand, anywhere. Major cities and islands. Cole Weinstein said, thank you, Tripp. Your podcast honestly changed my life. I could not be more grateful to you. Thanks, guys. If you want to know more about my podcast, it's called How to Talk to Girls. You can find that in Stitcher or iTunes, so go check that out. Is it normal for a girl to slap your ass? Is that normal? I don't know. No, I don't think so. Doesn't probably happen often, but if it does, that could be a sign that she's interested in you. Any sign that she's touching you is a potential indicator that she's interested. Gerardo, in order to answer that question, go to trippadvice.com/chick-crack or get my program Hooked at getherhooked.com. Med says, Tripp, any thoughts on those who talk too much about themselves on dates and interactions? I found out that girls find it very unattractive, and that part of being very charming is being genuinely... I can't see the rest of your question. I would try to do probably closer to 50-50. Make sure she's talking just as much as you on a date. What are the questions you guys got? Whatever you got, throw them in here. So guys, yeah, sorry about YouTube, by the way. Let me know if you're watching from YouTube if it's still choppy. I'll check on my end too. I apologize for it being super choppy. Yeah, it looks like it kind of is. I don't know. Today we didn't have as many people watching on the TripAdvice office hours live, and I think that's due to maybe the broadcast being kind of rough. Yeah, it's still choppy on YouTube. Cal says he watched on YouTube and switched over because it was choppy. Yeah, still choppy. Sorry, guys. Roger Gomez. How can I get girls to message me on Instagram? I get 600 likes but no messages. Why don't you message them, Roger? Why don't you try messaging them? See if that works. Let's see. Richard said, not much this week. Have 2 dates with 2 girls set up over the weekend, so we'll probably have some feedback next week. Awesome, Richard. Richard, do you have Hooked? Do you have my program Hooked? Cool. I'm glad you guys are still enjoying it, even though it's a little choppy. When was my life-changing moment which led to success to TripAdvice? Do you mean the life-changing moment when I started TripAdvice or when things started to take off? How to date on a budget, get coffee. You should check that out, Richard. If you're having trouble with women, I suggest you get the Hooked program. GetHerHooked.com. Oh, you have Hooked online. Okay, cool. So, Richard, are you in Tripp's Corner? Say hi to me. Friend request me. I have a question, man. A girl from my class always hated me, but once after English class, she showed me her melons to me. I'm obviously very confused. What? It's interesting. Do you think winking at a girl, which I've never talked to, is a good way to start? No, I don't. I think you should do verbal openers. Omar said, do you think it's a good idea to add her on Facebook? A friend of mine told me her name. No, don't add a girl on Facebook that you don't know to hit on her. It's not going to work. Instead, I would try to meet her first or have your friend introduce you to her. Striker, why did you say hello, Melissa? Oh, it's the same girl you mentioned? I'd still approach her in person, Omar. Yeah. Demon Fox, giving some good advice here. Yes, guys, I have this every single Tuesday. Really quickly, for those of you who are live right now, I do this every single Tuesday at this time. I can't tell you what time that is because that's different all over the world. But let's see, what time is it right now right now, Eastern time, it's almost 10 p.m. So Eastern time, America, 10 p.m. Hot man. You're welcome, Demon Fox. That's a very interesting screen name you got there, buddy. Tigo says, always great advice, whether in the U.S. or outside the U.S. Good. Thanks, Omar. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome, by the way. Follow me on Instagram. I want to get more of you guys on Instagram because people have been DMing me. So if you want to DM me today and ask a question, I'm not sure if I'll get it to you today, but I'll try to answer your question. That is instagram.com/TripAdvice, or you can just go to Instagram and type in TripAdvice. Follow me and then DM me. I'll try to get you to your question within a couple days. So yeah. Cool, guys. You guys are awesome. I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Don't forget to check out Hooked at getherhooked.com. I want you to check that out, and then you can learn my entire system on how to meet women. And also, if it doesn't work for you, you can get a refund, 100%. You're welcome, Gerardo. So, yeah, everyone say goodbye. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, DM me, and connect with me over there on Instagram. And look out for the next YouTube and Facebook office hours that I'm doing next week at the same exact time. I will be here for you. Even though it's, let's see, 9 a.m. Yeah, I'll be here next. Yep, I'll be here to do it next Tuesday for sure. Same time, guys. Awesome. You're welcome, guys. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Time to get some food. It's 10 a.m. here on Wednesday over here in Kotal. So, let's see. Just checking out some more comments coming in. Thanks, guys. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Yes, thank you. All right, I'm out of here. Thanks, guys. See you next week. Hit me up. Instagram, Tripp Advice with 2 P's. Later. Bye, Facebook. Bye, YouTube.